Nicole Wallace is with us now. Hi, Nicole. Good morning to you. Well, you know what? All presidents learn on the job, and you've certainly been in the White House. You know that to be true. Is that what we're seeing here, kind of a real-time learning about some of these positions, and that's why it's changing? Is it a true change of heart? Is it good, bad, indifferent?
We are watching the education of a president, and what's different is that this normally happens during the campaign, and presidents of both parties, especially ones that didn't come from the United States Senate, where they've grappled with some of these foreign policy issues, really do have a steep learning curve. You covered George W. Bush. Condi Rice, obviously brought him up to speed on foreign policy, but we are watching a president become educated about issues that he railed against but didn't know anything about as a candidate.
Is it partly that, and is it partly this is the reputation of Donald Trump as a deal maker? You need a safe and secure Europe, so NATO's not obsolete. You need China's help with North Korea, so China's not a currency manipulator.
Yeah, that's part of it, and it's also a sign. We talk about the struggle as being between the New Yorkers and the keepers of the Trump flame. I think it's more about his own impulses toward the pragmatism you just described, and the reality is you can't do very much on the world stage without a strong NATO.
Is there also a little part of this softening toward China where he is playing China against Russia, and he's saying, hey, Vladimir Putin, take a look at me and my new friend, the president of China.
Absolutely. And back to the education point, he now, I think, has a better understanding of the grave threat posed by North Korea, and he needs China.
Well, we talked about it, and Hallie set it up nicely. You've got the Bannon wing inside the White House, and then you have the so-called West Wing Democrats, as Steve Bannon likes to call them.
Label.
People like Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner, people who have a more centrist position. I mean, in terms of the politics of it, are Trump voters going to be disappointed if suddenly he's not saying, hey, China, you're ripping us off, for example?
I don't think so. I think the Trump voters were so tapped into his strengths and weaknesses, and they understood the whole composite. I'll be out next week talking to them, but I'm going to be very surprised if they're disappointed in any of these pivots on foreign policy. They voted for him for jobs, and I think as long as he stays on track, we haven't heard him talk about that very much, but as long as he returns to that central issue, I think his core voters will be just fine.
All right, Nicole Wallace, good to see you. Thank you very much.
Nicole, appreciate it. We just mentioned North.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.